Hello, I wanted to take a minute to talk with you since I am your child's math teacher this year. Now, I am logged in as a student because I'll need to be able to access some different things during this presentation. Now, you'll notice we're back on the main dashboard, but this time we're going to click on the Math Course button. When the page comes up, you'll notice it looks just the same as our home-based page. Again, you have the most recent announcement at the top, but if you want to access all announcements that have been made this year for a math class, you can simply click on the announcements link. The one thing you will really want to pay attention to is right here where it says click here for daily math homework assignments. We have not started math homework yet, but when we do, it will have the week's date and it will have the homework due each day. I try to update this at the beginning of each week so that you are not having to check it daily, but sometimes things do change. Typically, your child will have homework every day except for Friday. Now, coming home soon with your child will be a Red Math Home Link workbook. This book has the homework assignments for the entire year in it. You will keep that book at home and simply tear out the night's homework the day they work on it, and then return it in their take-home folder on the return to school side. Now, it usually happens that somehow a home link gets lost or they're at someone else's house and don't have their home link book when they need to do their homework. If that's the case, you can always go to my class resources. Here, you'll see that I have home links. If you click on that, it looks like the link is broken, but it's just trying to connect to an outside source. So if you click on Home Links, it will take you to the page already linked to Grade 1 Everyday Math Homework. You simply choose the unit we are on, and then scroll down to find which lesson we're on. And then if you click where it says English, it pulls up a PDF version that you can print and then return home with your child. If you have students in other grade levels, you'll see you can access their homework here as well, which might be helpful. Also linked on this page are the family letters. Now, the family letters are also in the Home Links book, so you shouldn't need them, but just in case, you can find them here as well. Now, one of the other big things that you will probably want to pay attention to is this Everyday Math link here on the side. This is what your child will be using a lot in class, and especially if we end up going virtual. So if I click on that, it will take me to the Everyday Math website. Now, I am logged in as a student because I needed to do so, but hopefully this will give you an idea. Here, you are going to click on Launch. And then this shows you the lesson that we are ready for next. Our next lesson will be 1-3. If I want to go back to yesterday's lesson, I can do that. Now, here on my ebooks, this is just linking you to our reference book. Your child probably won't need this, but this may come in handy if there's some terminology that you're not familiar with when you're trying to help your child at home with homework, or if they're wanting to play a game and don't know the directions, you can link to those here. So this is just a resource students probably will not use much, but it is there if they need it. Also, we have our e-toolkit, which is where they can find things like pattern blocks or dice or clock to manipulate. Here is Everyday Math at Home. So again, it pops up some different things. It has your family letters. It has games, which may be linked to that lesson. Some anytime activities you can do at home to reinforce math concepts. Some books that maybe deal with math-related topics. The biggest one that we are going to use is here, this EM Games Online. If you click on that, you'll see it says Grade 1. You can choose other grade levels, but we just want to stick with Grade 1 games. If I click on Skill Builder, these games are typically a little bit easier to help build some of that number sense. If I click on Challenge, those games tend to be harder. Sometimes they're a little too hard for students, but if they stay in these Grade 1 games, they should be able to understand and complete those games. If I click here, this just means it's two-person and I'll be playing against the computer. But your children will be using these a lot during school and they can hop on them anytime they want at home. Here are some tutorial videos if they need a little extra help. Here for assignments, this is if we were doing virtual learning and it was time for a test and I assigned a test, they would click here to be able to access that online. Now I'm going to click back to get back to our Canvas page. The last thing I do want to mention is, should your child be at home for some reason, or should we go to e-learning? Again, this modules link is where students will find their work for the day. So you can see this was Mondays, and if I click on that, it pulls up my agenda of what we're doing for the day. So we had a whole class lesson. Then we had a list of some must-do activities, things that students had to complete during class, and then some may-dos for if they finished early. So again, we just click next. Now this page may look a little different, but for today, the must-do was that they had to color by shape worksheet, and then they could do either online games for everyday math or play Prodigy. The next page is the same thing, it's just in an accessible format. So if students can't read it, they can click on this immersive reader button. And then again, when they get to this Bitmoji, they know that their math lesson is done for the day. I hope that this information has been helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.